In this video, we're gonna take a really good look at the character Metro Man from the movie Megamind and talk about his story and what happens to him throughout the film. First, it's important to know that Metro Man's backstory is actually pretty similar to Megamind's. Both of them were born far away on different planets, and those planets were in big trouble. They were about to be destroyed. Just before their home planets got totally swallowed up by a black hole, their parents made the tough decision to save them by sending them away in escape pods. These escape pods were kind of like little life rafts, carrying baby Metro Man and baby Megamind through space to safety. When Metro Man's escape pod finally landed on Earth, it came down pretty gently, right in the backyard of the Scott family's home, and right under a Christmas tree too. That's how he found his adoptive parents, the people who would raise him from that point forward. The Scotts really took great care of Metro Man, and he grew up surrounded by love and support. He definitely had a wonderful, comfortable life with his new family, which was very different from Megamind's experience. To give you a quick comparison, Megamind's pod didn't land in a nice cozy home. Instead, it crash-landed in a prison, a really tough and rough place.
Can we keep it?
A place that taught me the differences between right and wrong.
So from the very start, things were very different for the two of them. Metro Man was treated like he was something incredibly special. He grew up in a nice, healthy environment with everything he needed: comfort, attention, and lots of admiration from the people around him. On top of that, he had amazing powers. He really was someone who was gifted with incredible abilities. When he walked into a room, it was like everything got brighter around him, not just because of what he could do, but also because of his natural charm and the way he carried himself. But even as a kid, Metro Man showed some signs of being a little arrogant. He wasn't shy about being confident, and sometimes he would act a bit full of himself. For example, he wasn't afraid to tease Megamind. He also liked to show off his powers and talents whenever he could. You know those kids at school who are super sure of themselves, and they want absolutely everyone to know they're different and special. Metro Man was that kind of kid. He wasn't just confident, he could be mean too. He bullied Megamind and made sure that he felt like the outsider. He even encouraged other kids to laugh at him and treat him like he didn't belong. Metro Man really loved being in the spotlight. He was the kind of person who always wanted to be the center of attention, the one all eyes were on, the star of the show. As he grew older, he pretty much became exactly what everyone expected him to be: the ultimate champion and hero of Metro City. He spent his days and nights fighting countless battles against Megamind, who was his main rival. And here's the thing, every single time they faced off, Metro Man came out on top. The people of Metro City absolutely loved him for it. They looked up to him like he was some kind of superhero legend.
I love you, Metro Man!
And I love you, random citizen!
You know, the kind of hero who makes you feel safe and excited to cheer for him. The one everyone admires and really connects with. Metro Man was that kind of guy, and honestly, he seemed to really enjoy living that life, being the city's protector, and having so many people adore him. But beneath all the glitz and glamour and all the public adoration, something was happening inside him. He was starting to crack. Even though it looked like he had everything anyone could want: power, respect, fans, comfort, it just wasn't enough to make him feel truly happy anymore.
I began to realize, despite all my powers, each and every citizen of Metro had something I didn't. A choice. Ever since I can remember, I've always had to be what the city wanted me to be. But what about what I wanted to do?
What once felt thrilling, exciting, and full of purpose was slowly turning into just a job he had to do. Being the protector of Metro City wasn't the passion it used to be. It was more of an obligation, something he was expected to keep doing, not something he genuinely wanted. Slowly but surely, it started to feel empty inside him, like he was just going through the motions, playing a part chosen for him by the world around him, instead of a role he had picked for himself. Imagine having to keep up a character every day, pretending to be someone who's always strong and heroic, when inside you're just exhausted. At some point, Metro Man had enough. He decided he didn't want to do it anymore. Instead of continuing to live that life, he chose to fake his own death. That way, he could disappear from the spotlight and finally live a normal, peaceful life. He went into hiding, quietly moving into his old school building, which was secretly turned into his hideout. This part of the story was a pretty surprising twist in the movie because you'd expect a superhero to never give up or run away. But this was different, and it felt really human. Metro Man wasn't evil, and he definitely wasn't lazy. He was simply tired. Tired of being trapped in a role that didn't make him happy or fulfilled anymore. This is a very different kind of story than a lot of traditional superheroes. Usually, no matter how tough things get, superheroes push through and never quit because they feel a responsibility to protect their people. But Metro Man made a very different choice. He gave up on the whole thing because he couldn't find happiness in it anymore. It felt like he was only keeping up the act because he had to, not because he wanted to. In a bigger sense, his character shows something important, that who you are isn't about what everyone else expects you to be. It's about what you decide for yourself. His decision to step away might have seemed controversial to a lot of people, but in the end, it created a space for Megamind to step up and find his own purpose, his own way to be a hero.